Here we go, here we go, here we go. It is Tuesday and it's time for the show. One thing I cannot do is sing. Let's just make sure everybody knows that I know, right? I don't want to get the comments. I don't want people to be like, bro, you just totally ruined my morning, right? Like, you ain't got to go there. I totally get it. I'm not going to sing. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to breathe some life into you this morning. I'm going to do that. I'm going to breathe some life into you. I'm going to breathe some energy into you this morning. I'm going to get you motivated. I'm going to get you educated, and I'm going to get you inspired, because that's what we do here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Let's grow. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? You see, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Tuesday. That's right. Today is Tuesday, January 12th, 2021, which is crazy to say that, right? Today is Tuesday, January 12th, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it will ever be Tuesday, January 12th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Fair enough? Fair enough. If you have not said that yet, I want you to say it out loud. I want you to say, today is going to be an incredible day. Just go ahead. Say it, man. I know you got spouses in the house that are asleep. You got kids that are in the house that are asleep. Maybe you haven't even had your coffee yet. I don't care. Maybe you're walking down the street. Maybe you're in the gym. I don't care where you are. I want you to just yell it out. Just say, today is going to be an incredible day. Just declare it, my friends. Listen, I'm here to tell you, man, I know so many people that I talk to. They start off their day. How you doing this morning? Well, you know, I'm not a morning person. How do you think that day's going to go? Versus when you're standing in the middle of the house shouting, today is going to be an incredible day. It don't matter if people look at you like you're crazy. Maybe people need to look at you like you're crazy. Maybe you need to be a little bit crazy. I'm just saying, I am crazy. I am Glenn Lundy, the host of hashtag Rise and Grind. I'm also the creator of the Rise and Grind group on Facebook, where we have over 30,000 active members in a group. It is the only place on the internet, as far as I'm concerned, where you will find nothing but motivation, education, inspiration. You can come join our Rise and Grind group. We'd love to have you. It's hashtag Rise and Grind. You can go find it, search that on Facebook, but come join us. We have 52 different moderators that keep that place clean. No politics, no division, no crazy, no nonsense, no violence, none of that. Nothing but motivation, education, and inspiration. Would love for you to join us. I am also the author of The Morning Five Simple Steps to an Extraordinary Life. This is a free ebook that you can download. Go to themorning5.com. I wrote this book to help you change the way you start your day. And I believe in it so much that there's actually a challenge behind it, a 67-day challenge. And if you can do these 5 simple steps, every day for 67 days, I'll give you all kinds of free stuff, man. I give you hoodies. I give you beanies. I give you tumblers. I give you all of that because I know it'll be transformative in your life. And I am willing to put my money where my mouth is. So you can go out there and learn more about that at themorning5.com. Check it out. We are diving deep this week into a series that I like to call Goalkeepers. This is where I teach you exactly how to become a person who consistently meets or exceeds their goals. I want you to think about that. What would your life look like if you were consistently meeting and exceeding your goals? You know, I know a lot of people that write down their goals. I know a lot of people that have big goals. I know a lot of people that would hope to achieve their goals. But what would your life look like? Think about it for just a second. If you were a person who consistently were to meet or exceed your goals. Listen, man, I want to ask you this morning, like all serious, it's just you and me in the room. All right, it's just me and you in the room, real talk. We can be honest. We can be authentic. I will always be real with you. I will always be truthful with you. So let's get real this morning. Are you tired of dreaming with no progress? Are you tired of that? Like, are you tired of being passed over or overlooked in your career or in any of those areas of your life? Are you tired of that? Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck, week to week, doing the same things over and over and over again and seemingly never moving forward? Are you tired of that? I know so many people. I have so many friends that are just tired. They're like, Glenn, this year has got me tired. I have big dreams, but I don't move towards them. I have things left half done. I should have done that. I'm so tired of always worried about finances. I'm so tired about always trying to figure out how I'm going to get healthy or how I'm going to live better, right? And I don't know if that's you or not. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's not you, but if that is you, I want you to just imagine for a moment. I want you to go on a journey with me this morning. I want you to just imagine for one moment, all right? Close your eyes. I know I got you doing all kinds of crazy stuff today, right? I got you shouting to the rooftops, waking up the kids, and now that the kids are up, I'm asking you to close your eyes. Well, just follow me today, all right? I want you to just close your eyes and just imagine. Just picture what an abundant life would look like for you. And when I say an abundant life, I mean an abundant life when it comes to the 7 key areas, right? What does an abundant life look like for you in your faith? Close your eyes. Imagine it. What does an abundant life look like for you in your family? I want you to picture it. What does an abundant life look like with your friends and your circle of friends? Who are they? Who are you around? Who's putting the smiles on your face? What does an abundant life look like when it comes to your finances? What does that mean to you? What does an abundant life look like when it comes to fitness? What do you look like? What do you feel like? Like literally take the time, close your eyes. I want you to get really granular here. I want you to get really specific here. What does an abundant life look like when you're in the right spot in your career, exactly where you want to be? What does that look like to you? Now, just imagine if all 6 of those are in place, right? An abundant life in your faith, an abundant life in your family, an abundant life in your finances, an abundant life with your friends, an abundant life with your fitness, an abundant life with your career. How are you now walking? How are you now talking? What do you look like in an abundant life? I want you to just imagine that best version of yourself this morning. And you see, when you become a goalkeeper, everything that you just envisioned, all of that becomes possible. when you can consistently meet and exceed your goals, what you just imagined, that best version of yourself becomes a reality. It becomes possible. And just so you know, that version of you that you just experienced, you deserve that. You deserve all of that. You see, you deserve to live a life that's worth living. As the great Timothy McGaffin says, there's a quote right here. It says, remember, God never gives you a dream or a wish without also giving you the power to make your dream or wish come true. Folks, this is the reality of the situation. That best version of you, you deserve it. And you have everything it takes to go out there and get it. You know what time it is, folks. It's time to get the blood flowing up in here this morning. Time to get the energy up. It's time to get that heart pumping. For those of you that are watching over here on Facebook, I know you can hear that music there in the background. For those of you that are listening over on Clubhouse, we don't have any music yet, but we're working on it. I'm working on getting you a full production show over in the Clubhouse space, and it won't take me long. Trust me, I'm going to make that happen. But for those of you that are listening, would you do me a favor? This is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. If you're on Facebook, share this sucker out. If you're on Clubhouse, I need you to ping a friend. Just go down to the bottom right-hand corner, hit that plus sign, and get some people up in here. This is also the part of the show where I say good morning to you and you say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, maybe you're listening to the podcast. Maybe you're over in the Breakfast with Champions on Clubhouse. Maybe you're over on YouTube, like wherever it is. Maybe you're the 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. Say what's up. I want to connect with you. That's what this is all about. I see you, Sandra Delodio. I see you, Heather Geitz. I see you, Jeff Baker. I see you, Melinda Gayheimer and John Coltonborn. Over on Clubhouse, I see you, Kim Garner. I see Ryan. I see Prince. I see Paul Daly. I see Julian and Kylie and Ryan and Cindy. I see Danielle and Samantha and Tiana and Mark. I see you, Robin Wilshan. I see you, Jess Bosch. I see you, Mary Lynn Wilkin. Good morning, Nathaniel Banks. What's up, Samantha Starbaker? Between both platforms, there are currently, let me take a look. There are currently 500 people with you today. 500 people starting off the day with motivation, education, and inspiration. Pete Daly, great to see you as well. I'm so thankful you chose to spend this time with me this morning. Let's get this thing going. Come on. Can you feel it? You feel that energy? What's up, John Paul Guidry? Great to see you. How you doing, Spencer Nicholson? Janelle Griego's in the house. Mr. Robert Downey. How you doing, Kim Wilson? Whitney Wells? Love it. Everybody's up in here this morning on hashtag Rise and Grind. I see Baja over there on Clubhouse. I see AC. What's up, Mason and Bio? I see D'Angelo is in the house. How you doing, Shamika and Greg? Lucy's up in here. Shantella and Crystal. I love it. People from all over the world. Can you believe it? Worldwide, baby. We are on our way to creating the #1 most watched show in the world. And you're a part of that this morning here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Let's dive in. Episode 785 of hashtag Rise and Grind. Today, Tuesday, January 12th. It is going to be an incredible, and I mean an absolutely incredible day. So yesterday here on hashtag Rise and Grind, yesterday we discussed the importance The utter importance of figuring out who you want to be. Who do you want to be? Like, for real, right? Like, who do you want to be? We discussed that in depth yesterday, because as we dive down this path of how to set a goal and how to become a person that meets and exceeds goals consistently, it starts with you having an understanding of who you want to be. Like, I meet so many people, I'm like, who do you want to be? They're like, well, I don't know. Some people say I'm kind of good at this. Look, I'm not asking what you're kind of good at. I'm not interested in that at all. Who do you want to be? Right? Who do you want to be? You have to take some time to answer that question. We take time serving others. We take time cooking dinner. We take time watching television shows. We take time pouring into other human beings, but we don't take enough time figuring out who do you want to be? Not what is your purpose, not what were you made for. I'm not asking all that. Sometimes those questions can get rather confusing. This is rather simple. Who do you want to be? That's it. Who do you want to be? You see, without that, it's nearly impossible to consistently meet and exceed your goals. So we talked about that yesterday. If you missed that video, you can go catch that at glennlundy.com. We've got links to all of that stuff so you can catch previous videos, all right? But we talked about that yesterday, so we don't need to talk too much more about that today. I think that's very clear. You got to figure it out. Who do you want to be? Step one. Step two, when it comes to being a person that consistently meets and exceeds your goals, you have to understand that there's multiple parts to this. You need to know the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why. Now, there's a graphic up on the screen on Facebook that says how also. You don't need to know how yet. I just want to be very, very clear on that. When it comes to goal setting, when it comes to becoming the type of person that meets and exceeds your goals, I don't need you to know the how. The universe, if you do all of the other components and pieces, you will figure out the how. The how will the door to how will open once we figure out the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, and we start to execute on those things. The how figures itself out. Too many people get caught up in the how, right? I talk about it all the time. It's one of my favorite speeches. JFK, when he said we were going to go to the moon, when he gave that particular speech, he talked in that speech about technology that didn't currently exist. He said we would have to be able to do things that no one had ever been able to do. The how wasn't there, but the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why was in place. And that alone was enough to make that goal be achieved. So don't get caught up in the how. Take some time to figure out the who. And then after that, once you figure out who you want to be, then we can start diving in to the what, the where, the when, and the why. So how do we specifically write a goal to make sure that it's a success? That's what we're talking about this week, right? And it starts with knowing what it is you want to accomplish. What do you want to accomplish? And then once you figure out what you want to accomplish, we have to figure out where it fits in your life. Here's what I mean by that. I want to give you a perfect example of this. All right. I want to be, I'm sorry. In the beginning of this, when I started Rise and Grind, right? It's like, okay, I want to be a content creator, right? I want to help change the way people start their day. I want to create online content that's going to be able to engage, inspire, make an impact in multiple people's lives, right? Okay, great. Where does that fit, right? We know what the want now, or we know what the what is. Now, where does that fit? Like, you have to understand, I have 8 children. I have 8 of them. I have 8 kids. I have a beautiful, amazing, incredible wife. I have a dog. I adopted a cat. I want to say regretfully, but that cat's actually been great on the mice out there. We have 5 ducks. I have a 30-minute television show, or a 30-minute show now. I have 4 employees. I work with 46 different dealerships across the country. We now have a 5-hour block over here on Clubhouse. I've got 10 acres of land that I need to maintain. I've got 7 different digital channels that I need to maintain and have consistent creative content on every single day, 15 different posts a day. I have 8 miles of Peloton that I need to ride. So where does it fit? Like, say I wanted to add something like TikTok, right? Or YouTube into this equation. Say I wanted to do something like that. That was my goal. My goal was to blow up on TikTok, right? Where would that fit into my life? If I wanted to really dive into the YouTube scene, where would that fit with all that I have going on? And see, the answer to that question might be it doesn't fit. That might be the answer. See, when you start talking about what you want, but then you actually look at when it fits in your life to go get it, you might come to the realization that, maybe that's not really what I want. Because I'm not willing to give up some of these other things in order to make that happen. You see, part of goal setting is making sure you're setting goals that ultimately are going to keep you on the path and going in the direction that you want to go and still feed the 7 key different areas of your life: your faith, your fitness, your finances, your family, your friends, your career, and ultimately how you feel about yourself. All of those things are so incredibly important. So when you take a look at where does that fit, the answer might just be, well, it doesn't fit. Because I'm not willing to sacrifice what it takes to make that goal happen. I see people do this all the time. Listen to me here. They say, I want this, Glenn. I'm like, great, you got to sleep 2 hours less. Nope. I'm not giving up 2 hours of my sleep. I got to sleep 9 hours a day. I read a book somewhere, or some doctor told me I can only function on 8 to 9 hours, right? Like, I hear that excuse all the time. And I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe you don't want what you think you want. Because in order to get some of the things you think you want in life, you are going to have to make some sacrifices. You have to figure out, where does it fit in your life? The what you want and the where it fits go hand in hand. You see, we're putting the pieces together. I'm helping you stack the foundational elements of making, achieving, and exceeding your goals. First, you have to know who you are. Then you got to know what it is you want. And then you got to know where it fits in your life. And you have to make these decisions as you write the goal. Don't just throw things down on paper because they sound good, but you're not willing to put in the work to make it happen. Do you hear me this morning? For the people in the back, do not throw down goals on paper that you are not willing to make sacrifices to achieve. Are you hearing me? So you might just find that it doesn't fit. That might be the answer. However, on the other side of that, if it is truly a part of my dream, if it is truly a part of my best me, when I close my eyes and imagine what the best me looks like, if it's truly a part of that, if it's something that I desire so longingly, right? Like something it's just in me and it never goes away, then I have to get very, very clear on where that fits in my life. You see, I committed to a show called #Rise and Grind. And for those of you that don't necessarily understand the definition of commitment doesn't care how you feel. Commitment doesn't care if you're sick. Commitment doesn't care if you're tired. Commitment don't care about none of that. Commitment means you show up. So I committed to daily motivation, education, and inspiration. And I figured out that where it fit was at 5:30 a.m. That's where it fits in my life, is at 5:30 a.m. before my house gets going, before all my kids are up. And when I initially launched the show, I was working for the greatest dealership in the country. And it was before I had to go in or got the blessing of being able to go in and serve those people at that dealership. That's where it fit in my life. So what that meant is I then had to wake up at 3:20 a.m., which means, and I still got to stay up at 11 till 11:30 at night because I got to serve my wife at home. I got to serve my kids at home. So I got to stay up till 11:30. I got to get up at 3:20. So I have to sleep 4 hours and 20 minutes a night in order for me to meet or exceed this goal and to fulfill this commitment that I made. It means sacrificing those things that don't serve me in order to achieve the things that are ultimately the desires of my heart. Do you understand? Sleeping 8 hours a day didn't serve me. It didn't move me towards my goal. It didn't help me meet or exceed. It did not step me towards that best version of myself. And it might not be serving you either. What are the things in your life that are not serving you that we can replace with the things that are, so you can become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to just think about this for just a minute. Think about it, okay? When you're creating a goal, it starts with who you are. Now let's get clear on what it is that you want. What is it? Right? It starts with who you are and where it's going to fit. Now let's get clear. What is it that you want? What is one thing that you want? Like, do you want a really nice fancy car? Like, is that what you want? Do you want like a fancy house, a big house for your family? Do you want financial freedom? Is that what you want? Are you looking for like an incredible spouse or someone to be in a relationship with? Are you looking for a partner to do life with? Are you looking for someone to share your faith with? Are you looking for a book deal? Are you looking for a better health? Are you looking to connect with a guy like Will Smith, like I am? Like, what exactly do you want? And I need you to get granular. Like, which car do you want? Which house do you want? How much money do you want? What's your dream spouse actually look like? What do they act like? What do they think like? What do they talk like? Like, be ridiculously specific. What connection? Who do you want to connect with specifically? And once you're incredibly clear on what you want, then ask yourself, where does this fit in my life in order to achieve it? Does it fit in the morning? Do I have to get less sleep? Does it fit in the evening? Do I have to watch less Netflix? Do I need to drink less? Where does it fit? You see, every goal that you are looking to achieve, to exceed, to meet, every single goal is going to require energy, effort, and time. Do you understand this? It's going to require energy, effort, and time. So you have to start asking yourself, where do you need to focus your energy in order to achieve the goal? Where is it that your efforts are best aimed in order to achieve the goal? Where in your life is time required in order to achieve the goal? Hear me, my friends. You are here with me this morning for a reason. Pay attention. Once you get clear on who you are, what you want, and where it fits, then all you need is the when and the why. You can join me tomorrow for that part of becoming a goal keeper. But listen to me this morning, champion. You can do this. I want you to think back to when you were young. I want you to think back to when you were young and you were free and you were bold and you were courageous. When the sky was the limit, when the world was your oyster. I want you to think back to who you were in that time. Remember when you were a kid, when you didn't have the weight of the world on your shoulders, the concerns and the constraints, when you didn't have any of the limiting beliefs or the things that you have been told and taught over the years that are holding you back, keeping you from what's possible. I want you to think back to when you were young, and I need you to understand that that human being still exists in you. That bold, courageous, unstoppable human still exists. You see, you can do this. I truly do believe in you. I do. You are my brother. You are my sister. You see, you are a child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And that God made you and equipped you and gave you every single thing you need to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Not an average version, not a below average version, not a little bit above, but the absolute best. And when you grow and step into and continue to meet and exceed and achieve your goals consistently, I need you to understand that that decision on your part ends up making an impact in other people's lives. Your friends, your family members, your coworkers. You making a decision just to hang out with us this morning, to get poured into, to receive the motivation, the education, the inspiration, to start your day in such a powerful way. That decision alone makes an impact. You matter, my friend. You matter. And that's why I stinking love you. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. I do. And I believe in you wholeheartedly. You can do it. It's in you. So let's go out there today. Let's attack Tuesday, January 2nd, 12th. I said 2nd. Tuesday, January 12th, 2021. Attack it ferociously, boldly, and courageously, because you deserve to live out that best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Listen, if you need more videos like this, you can go to glennlundy.com. That's right. There's all kinds of them up there, 785 of them. If you need help with your morning routine, go to themorning5.com. That's the number 5. Themorning5.com. You can download a free ebook. This is a completely free resource. It will cost you nothing. If you don't like to read and you want an audio version, you can get that for $3. But go get it. It'll break down 5 simple things that you can do every single morning that'll make a massive impact in your life. Go out there and get it. If you want to hang out with us over on Clubhouse, we're going to be over on Clubhouse for the next 4 hours with powerful millionaires from all around the world dropping fire all day long. So come join us on Clubhouse. If you're not already following me over there, it's simple, at Glenn Lundy. Come give us a follow. You can ask questions. I'd love to connect with you. But most importantly, will you come back here again tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m.? Because we're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Go get 'em.